Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. Good morning. Yeah, no, this one simply just needs to get back above the VWAP. More than, yeah, no, for sure, for sure. When you notice that something has, it's from China and has that tendency to pump and dump, yeah, no, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong to pay attention to something else. But yeah, no, JZXN has been good though, right? Price action wise, that was a good dip to the 200 and the demand, and then also really good run. So I don't think that there's any no surprises there for now. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Pam, good morning. Tiffany, good morning. Sandra, good morning. Kirsten, good morning. Monique, good morning. Ali, good morning. Sean, good morning. Amal, good morning. JR, good morning. Jack, good morning. Eisenberg, good morning. Good morning, Mark. RTR, good morning. Hatch, good morning. Mayor, good morning. Winterfell, good morning. Mark, other Mark. Paid, Richmond, good morning. A, good morning. M, good morning. T, good morning. Salah, good morning. Good morning. Amy, good morning. Tim, good morning. Steven, good morning. Donkey, good morning. Drake, good morning. Dragon, good morning. Ferguson, good morning. Stock Chaser, good morning. Good morning. David, good morning. Miranda, good morning. Yes, please. Yes. Kimo, good morning. Don, good morning. Jerry, good morning. Will, good morning. Hi, Kidlin. Lo, good morning. Good morning. How's Haley doing? Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Let's make some monies. This was a good run. This one had a really, really good run this morning. These candles don't do it enough justice, you know? Hey, Dan, are you hiding from your wife? Is she sleeping still? Aren't you guys at the beach? She better not find you. Good morning, Dan. Good to see you. Mr. G, good morning. Phantom, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Quarter, good morning. Unleashed, good morning. Good morning. Assy, good morning. She's sleeping. She's sleeping dance like, yeah, here's my chance. Here's my chance to make some monies, you know? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Again, happy Monday. So a few names that I like ODYS, obviously ODYS. We do need to get back above the VWAP, above $10 on this one, but I do like the way that it's consolidating here, though. I think the only concern with these names is, the closer we get to the open, the more volatility you're going to see with like 8 minutes to go. But I do like this name, right? So let's see if we can reclaim that VWAP. I should have made AIXI the number one stock. AIXI is on here. That float is really nice, and the fact that it has a potential catalyst coming up, this stock is going to be super volatile. It would be nice if it dipped, yeah. The other stock that I really like that has nothing to do with momentum stocks that I really really like, is DXYZ, right? Nothing to do with momentum, simply just a swing play. This stock is super cool because they own, a lot of these big potential IPOs that are coming up, right? SpaceX, Anthropic, OpenAI. So that's cool. This one was on there, right? As like one of the big ones in the 20s. Now it's $62, 62, right? And like it doesn't really look like it's slowing down, does it? Nope. So pretty impressive. Anyways, we'll keep an eye on that. And congratulations if you're holding it. Uh, yeah. Good morning, Alan. Shop. Good morning. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, so again, like I said, DXYZ is more of a swing play, not a momentum play, right? The one that I like for now for number one as a momentum play, obviously it's ODYS, right? ODYS. Number two for now is JZXN. That thing has been running though, right? So nice little run. Let's see if we can maybe retest $1.20 here and then curl back above. Alrighty, so those two stand out for now. There are a few more names that have a lot of volume, right? Like CLIK has a lot of volume, but that thing looks gay, right? The other name that has a lot of volume also looks gay is, anyways, I'm not gonna say anything because Kirsten's gonna come after me. So MEHA doesn't look bad. I like the way that it's holding above the 200 EMA. It's gonna need to stay above that level though, right? So we'll keep an eye on this one too, right? I like the volume on it. I just need the price action to catch up. But yeah, for now, try and stay above like 1350. If you can stay above 1350, that's fine. Cool. Are we missing anything else? Don't really think so. Right. So again, ODYS needs to reclaim that VWAP. It's failing at the VWAP still. uh, anyways, again, good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. Question for you guys in the chat: what's your favorite stock going into the open? What is your favorite stock going into the open? Let me know. What is your favorite stock? Yes, in the chats. Say it. I'm not saying anything, you know? Just I'm just here. Just I'm just here, Kristen. Just here. Oh, this, and it's not a bad thing not to know, right? It's not a bad thing not to know, honestly. Again, last week we were here and like the first 30 minutes so annoying, so slow, right? And then as the day progressed, it's like, oh, okay, this is easy now, right? This is the one easily. So it's Monday morning. There's no need to be rushing in and like, getting into stuff if you're not confident. Brian, good morning. The one that gives me the most monies? Yes, I agree. What was the split? What do you mean? What was the split? Like the ratio? I think what was the split? So one for 20. So if you're holding 20 shares, they gave you one. So that was the split. Yeah, no, I like how MEHA is curling up the 200 EMA. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So it just needs to stay above the damn level though. All right, your click is still super weak. I think that's that's the downside to going so far below the 200 EMA. It becomes a problem. Your guess is CLIK. CLIK looks very weak for now. So at some point, again, I never really count these stocks out when the market hasn't opened yet because this thing looks super weak right now. But if the market opens and the volume comes in, then maybe. Right? So we'll see. Again, MEHA is really trying to curl up the bottom here, up the 200 EMA. So that's a good thing. AOLT, yo yo yo. Yeah, we'll see how that goes, Alan. See how that goes. Yeah, I know it's definitely trying. Definitely trying, Kirsten. It does have a lot of room to the upside if it wants to push. So just make sure that if you're playing with this, you definitely stay above this level right here. I think we said like 1350. Yeah, right above it. Right. So yeah. Yeah, guys, smash a like, smash a like. The excitement here for AIXI is that this is a stock that has all that stuff going on with with Apple and that lawsuit, right? And the float is super low now. Any good news comes out of this, that thing could fly, right? So like a typical split, though, I'd like for that thing to crash, down, 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 and then rocket. Give us, take it down to like I'm not gonna give any numbers. Good morning, Luna. Anyways, MEHA is yeah, 16 cents. 16 cents. How much time do we have? Less than a minute? Yeah, 40 seconds. And then we are open. Joya, like I said, I don't want to say any numbers so people can come after me, but give us a nice dip. You know, when you're around 13, $16 after a split, it's a bit, you know. Anyways, so again, for ODYS, we either need to break above that VWAP, right? So we need to break above $10 and hold $10, or we need to dip closer, um, like to the mid eights there, right? So one of those two levels, Ali. That's what needs to happen. Yeah, here we go. We are open. We are open. So we're kind of sitting in that range there. JZXN, like I said, closer to $1.20 there. See if we can hold that $1.20 area and then curl back up. Alrighty. So typical market open, right? A lot of volatility, a little bit of volatility. Where is the chaos? Good morning, Dylan. Good morning, Desmond. Thank you, Miranda. JZXN is like, you know what? You guys are calling me a scam? Say it with your chest, Ali. Say it with your chest. Say it again. You think I'm a scam? Anyways, typical market open candle, right? So let's see if that candle can actually close above the VWAP there, and then it will be interesting, right? And then nice pop on ODYS as well, right? So again, these are your number one and number two stocks, obviously, right? So meaning that if we only had to pick two stocks to watch today, it would be these two, right? ODYS. ODYS is halted up, guys, right? ODYS is halted up. You know, stuff like that's kind of annoying because the market just opened, kind of annoying. Yeah. So we broke above that VWAP and they said, you know what, just halt it up, right? Just halt the damn thing. Pizza says, let's go. Did you get in? Peter's in on a halt. Oh, what happened here? The fact that Peter said, let's go before good morning, pizza is in something nice. Something nice. Anyways, JZXN is still having a hard time closing above that VWAP. He's in. He's in. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's the one stock I forgot to talk about this morning, Steven. Yeah, we will at some point though. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay, so yeah, JZXN still needs to close above that VWAP, right? CLIK again, looking for a bit of a double bottom here, right? MEHA looks nice. 950 pizza, very nice. Congratulations. Yeah, let's see if we can open at $12. I like it. Yeah, pizza said, I'm the market maker now. He said, look at me, I'm the captain. Ooh, what the hell happened to Spy? What was that? I thought Spy was gonna be red today. They said, hey. They said, is Dan on vacation? Okay. Tell him his boots are not like what the hell? Wasn't Spy supposed to be red today? Didn't it get the memo? Okay, why is JZXN just sitting here, guys? Somebody tell me why. Somebody tell me why. Why is that thing sitting here? It's because they're playing with that stupid VWAP, is what they're doing. Maybe they're like, you know what? Today, China, no China. You have 5 minutes to pop. Otherwise, we're gonna delist you ourselves. Okay. So it's trying. Yeah, 5 minutes. While we're waiting for the other stock to on hold. Hey, yo, Rob. Good morning. You're back home. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Do 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 do. It's number two, Ali. How can you delist it? Come on now. There we go. I think said I have 5 minutes. Okay, okay, okay. I only have 5 minutes. How about we test $1.50? $1.50 is resistance, by the way. Alrighty. So $1.50 is your next resistance there. So it needs to get above that level if it wants to do anything there. Alrighty. So I like the bounce off the $1.20-ish, but it does need to get back above $1.50 here. And then we're waiting for the on hold. That thing is dropping like a tomato rock, right? There's nothing to see here yet, Ali. There's a bit of support here at 11, let's call it 11:20. If it breaks below that level, run. Like take your shoes off and run. In fact, anyways, I'm gonna leave it there. DXYZ, guys, this thing is just a gem, right? This is the best stock when it comes to taking part in the SpaceX IPO, probably. SpaceX, Anthropic, OpenAI, all the big boys, right? This is the big one because it holds all of them, right? Holds all of them. So DXYZ, just a beauty. They couldn't find a better name, you know? So they said, we're gonna call ourselves DXYZ. Why? Because we don't have a better name. Yeah. But it looks nice. Still waiting for that on hold here. And JZXN, obviously, again, unable to break above $1.50, so it's going to need to at some point if it wants to go. 1080. Hey, oh, you thought, yeah, Spy said, Spy was gapping down last night because Iran said, Trump said something about Iran. He said, I don't like the response I don't like the response, the proposal or something, right? So the market dropped, and then it said, wait, what? That was yesterday. That's such old news. Let's move on, please. It's exactly what the market said. There we go, unhalted. So unhalted, around the same stupid price. So let's see if they do the same thing that they've been doing, which is on halt around the same price, and then they said, pizza is out already. Look at that. Pizza sold, and the stock said, I'm done. I just wanted to give pizza money, and then they halted it down. See this, guys? Peter sells, and the stock goes down. What's this about? Pizza sells, and the stock goes down. And then they halted down. Pizza. Anyways, um, at the very least, you are, yeah. Unbelievable. MEHA looks like it's destined to test that VWAP. So slowly creeping in that direction there. Red 80% out. Good job. See, all of these criminals are selling after the on hold. What did we expect? So, Kristen, are you still holding MEHA? Because that still looks good. So yeah, 18 cents. That VWAP looks like the next logical step there. Again, if you haven't taken a play, guys, or done anything, that's okay. Alrighty, it's Monday morning. It's been 7 minutes since the market opened. Seems like a lot of chaos, but I promise you, you're not missing out on anything yet. Alrighty, so some of these names will play games like that and then eventually look good. Cool. Yeah, Traw is pushing for that higher the day car. So there goes 18 cents. You got in at 13, sold at 16. Okay, it's not too bad, right? But yeah, whenever a stock is consolidating like that, to me, the next logical target is always this VWAP, Kristen. It's always something to keep an eye on. Yeah. Like AIXI just isn't ready yet, right? It will be at some point, but when these stocks do splits like that, right? It's very rare that a stock does a split and cooks at the same time. Like very rare. Yeah, very rare that we split and then cook right away. Usually there's a sell off. Yeah, nice push on this one. Holy blindfold. JZXN just couldn't break out, but it's still holding the 50 EMA, so it's just going back and forth for now. CLIK again, CLIK just looked weak the entire time, super weak. Right. So the only good thing here is that it's holding $3. So if this is something you're still watching, just pay attention to that $3 level. Yeah, AEHL. Cool. And MEHA is slowly pushing through the VWAPs. Slowly. And then again, nice little green candle on JZXN there of the 50, but that thing has a lot of work to do. So get back above $1.40 and then $1.50. Then that's when the volume would really kick in. Yeah, when you're halting like this, this is annoying. It's not a whole lot you can do with that. It's not a whole lot you can do with that. La, 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 la. Give us the on hold. Let's see what happens there. And then obviously we watched this one last week, TRAW, and then you had resistance at 280. So that'll be your next resistance there. Yeah, AIXI is just the volume is not overly impressive on these candles, but it's all over the place, right? It again partly because of the low float, obviously. Right? Is that thing halted up now? AIXI is halted up. Yeah, super low volume though, but it's halted up. Dude, this one has so much hype too, and even without low volume, it's helping it a lot. And JZXN just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Yeah. Are we gonna reclaim that number two status, Mr. JZXN, or are we just gonna chill here and behave like a crackhead? Are we gonna do something here, or are we gonna do nothing at all? Huh? Let us know. What are you gonna do? Nothing? I miss you. I don't know when we'll see each other again. Ah. Rob? Oh my days. Rob went on vacation, guys. He went on vacation looking for a gap. The only gap he found was an earthquake in Mexico. There was a real earthquake in Mexico. Not even kidding. He went and searched. You know that guy from those movies that was exploring? What's his name again? You guys know who I'm talking about. The explorer dude. He literally went exploring for a gap in Spy. Spy said, "Yeah, let me show you a gap. Stand right here, stand. Let me show you a gap between the earth." Oh my days. Ah, Indiana Jones. Yes, yes, yes. That's him. Oh. Yeah, no, Tra is pushing up nicely here. 290. 290. 290. 290. JZXN keeps going up to that 240, $1.40, and then backing off, $1.40, and then backing off. So if it's going to do anything, it needs to break out first. And then MEHA is just having a hard time with that VWAP, right? Which again is our expected level, right? So whenever a stock is running, this level becomes a target. So it needs to break through that. That's a long halt, isn't it? Is that a 10-minute halt? Exactly, Kirsten. Exactly. uh Damn, Spy is just wicked, guys. Just wicked. Spy just hit new all-time highs again. New all-time highs. That's just not nice. Not nice, Spy. Yeah, a lot of these names are just giving us like quick scalpies, but nothing that's overly yeah. Again, guys, if we look at the last week, the last 2 weeks, the morning has been like the most annoying time of the day, and then all of a sudden it's like, here we go, right? So if you haven't taken a trade yet, there's no need to rush, right? It's been 15 minutes. It seems like a long time, but yeah. Sometimes we sit here for 30 minutes. It's like this one goes, then this one goes, then this one goes, but like it's so random. And then all of a sudden we're like, yep, this is the one, right? So right now, Traw's looking very good because it's breaking out, right? So people are gonna, send money to this one, right? Send the monies. And then AIXI is still halted, so is ODYS. So let's see. I just don't know how the settings spy like that. Um, yeah. But like I said, if we get to the end of the month and SPY is still pumping like that, I'm gonna buy puts for sure. No questions asked. Just puts. Just puts. Because we know based on market cycles that June is when the June, July. You know how they say sell in May and go away? Because May sometimes is a good month, but then at the end of May, everybody's like, yep, summer's here, flat the markets. Right? So then we go look for those cheaper July puts or something. Anyways, so just keep pumping it. Dan's already in put, so Dan wants to see a slap. When I saw that $2 slap last night, I was like, dang, it should have joined Dan. But nope. Nope. They said join him. Let me see. Yeah, some of these stocks like MU and like SanDisk and AMD, like just so impressive. So impressive. ODYS is on halted, guys, and they're still slapping it. So we're back into that demand zone now. I think earlier we said, the mid eights, right, for retest. So let's see if we can hold the mid eights. Damn. Like every candle on SPY right now is an all-time high. Every candle, all-time high, all-time high, all-time high. Craziness. Craziness. So it looks like the mid eights, Ali, which is what you were looking for, right? So the mid eights are kind of holding for now for ODYS. It would be better, obviously, if it can consolidate a bit more. Right? Would be better if it can consolidate a bit more, but it is holding for now. IONQ, yeah, yes. I think Josh has been loving that one, loving it. Yeah, it looks like Draw really wants to go for $3, doesn't it? Really, really wants to test $3. Here it goes. 97, 98, 99, $3. Yeah, there goes a break of $3. Nice push. Again, when a stock breaks out, people tend to go to that one, right? So this is the only stock that's breaking out right now, right? MEHA is still looking good. I like the way that it's playing around that VWAP and holding the retest. But it needs to close above the VWAP because for some reason it can't seem to do it yet, right? But it does look okay though. So nice little break on this one. right? Again, this is the only stock that's broken out this morning. This is the only stock, right? And we know as retail that the only stock that breaks out is the one that's going to get the monies because that's where people want to go, right? They're like, hey, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Oh, this one's breaking out. Let's go here, right? So TRAW is flying because of that breakout. So there goes 320. Sheesh, that is a nice pump. Yeah, that is a very nice pump. That is a very, very nice pump. Do, 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 do. Yeah, Mike, if you want to end, if you want to like so silence it, you can mute it. I think. Yeah, you can like defend. We can also just end the call and leave the and then rejoin later when you're ready. Alrighty. Is it halted down? Yeah, it looks like it's halted down, right? So yeah, those mid eights again. The downside to this is we're not really consolidating, right? So again, consolidation is your best friend. You like it, you don't like it, right? In order for a stock to confirm to you that it's done going down, it needs to consolidate at some point, right? Okay. RG earnings. Yeah. I like what MEHA is doing, like I said. So finally broke through the VWAP and finally held the VWAP. So that 20 cents, see if we can get above it. And then the high from pre-market was like 23.50. Peter says, I'm not in anymore. You don't have to keep dropping. They said Peter is in this. Oh my days. That's why they halted the stock, they wanted to catch him. But unfortunately he ran out. He knew. Peter knew they were coming for him after that halt. He said, nope, let me get out. They said, we still smell Peter in this. Just keep dropping it. uh, so stalling is kind of an upside consolidation. Is that right? No, no, Greg. Right. So stalling. Like if you look at most stocks, stalling is sometimes confirmation of like. So look at this one, right? Look at this, Greg. Right. So this is what I mean, right? When a stock is dropping like this, right? There's a lot of selling pressure coming in. There's just no need to be catching that knife, right? I don't give a damn that it's a double bottom. Like there's a double bottom right there, right? Like, okay, cool. Bottom one, bottom two. But look at the size of these candles, right? That is playing with fire, right? Whereas at some point, those candles get smaller, it's consolidating. It's like, oh, okay, it's been 10 minutes, it's been 20 minutes, it's still holding that level. It's giving you signs of like, hey, there's less selling pressure. That's the first thing, right? People are selling it less now. So maybe there's a chance. Maybe it's finding a base. Maybe buyers come in now and it goes back up. And that's exactly what happened. Right. So it's not a guarantee of anything. It's more of like, hey, okay, you know what? My odds of success go way up when I don't try and catch a fat red candle. Right. So here comes 20 cents on MEHA. The 20 cents. Yeah. Okay. Okay, can we break above $1.20 now too? $1.20. Yeah, because you can tell that's your resistance. Ali says, what's a good entry? No such thing as a good entry, Ali. I think the reason I ignore that question sometimes it's because like you responding to that question is dangerous, right? So like someone tells you this is a good entry, it's never that simple, right? Like we just explained on the other one, right? So are we dipping? Are we consolidating? Are we curling, right? So for now, you can clearly tell that your resistance is $3.20. So obviously you're not buying in this range, right? Obviously it's at resistance. So we need to break and hold that level, right? Or do what we're doing right now, which is retesting $3. That's your first support, right? Then the question is, can we consolidate and start curling off $3? If we can, okay, then that's an opportunity. If we don't hold that level, then you're looking for the VWAP, or you're looking for that next level closer to 280, right? So $3 and 280, right? Those are your next two levels. But it depends where we decide to consolidate at, right? So there's always more to like, okay, what's a good entry? There's always way more to that, right? It's like, okay, we got to this level. What are we doing at this level, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's never as simple as like, okay, this we're getting to this spot. This is a good entry. It would never be like that, right? So look at this. We got to $3, right? $3 was a retest level. It could have been a good entry, but the fact that there's still a lot of fat red candles coming through tells me that it's not, right? So then I wait, and then look at that, right? Look at that slap, right? So again, I could have simply just said, hey, $3, right? But then you buy at $3, all of a sudden we're sitting below $3. So price action is key to everything you do. Price action, right? We need to, you like, the stock needs to prove to you why it deserves your money, right? I deserve your money because I'm holding the base, right? And look at that. We just failed at $3 and came straight to the next level alley, right? So now you watch this next level. Alrighty, so let's see if we can stay above $3. I'm also at like 280, right? So I feel a bit more comfortable to say that we can hold that 280 level, right? Because we have the VWAP there. So, but it needs to prove to you, right? And so the lower we go, the more likely it is that you can take the risk, right? If that makes any sense. But for the most part, though, you always need evidence. Alrighty. So MEHA looks like it wants to break through 20 cents, but not yet. Not yet. Yep, it is. Yeah, like it's simply just holding the base, right? Like this is still number two after all, right? Still number two. That thing still needs to prove to us why, you know? Yeah, still needs to prove to us. MEHA is getting rejected hard at 20 cents, right? So, but again, that's not really a surprise. 20 cents is a pretty big deal, right? Big resistance, immediately rejected, right? And then this one says, oh, I would like to remind you guys, Ali called me a scam. Ali called me a pump and dump. But you know what? She doesn't believe in me. She doesn't see the consolidation at the bottom, right? Yeah. She doesn't believe in me, but that's okay. I'm going to show her. She doesn't believe in me. There goes a $1.50 test now on JZXN. You notice how Raven shows up in the chat and immediately number two pops? You notice that? I don't want to say anything. Don't want to say anything, but I'm not saying anything. You notice? Look at this, guys. Look at this. I'm not saying that Raven is a market maker. I'm not saying that Raven, anyways. I'm just saying. Good morning, Raven. Good morning. Good morning. Anyways, so right, this should answer your question as well, right, Ali? Again, it's not about just picking out a good level, a good number, and saying, hey, no, right? So also, it's not about just throwing a stock as a pump and dump China name. It's like, what does the price action look like, right? And you can clearly tell that there's consolidation of this level, right? You can clearly tell. This is what you need to say, what's a good entry? Well, that's a good entry, right? So the question now is, can we hold $1.50 though? Because those candles are still kind of playing there. Type yes in the chat if you're holding JZXN. Is restricted. Yeah, probably because they've done multiple splits. So, these brokers are kind of getting in the, yeah. You see? You see? You see, guys? You see? Raven was in this. That's when he showed up. Yes, yes, yes. See you tomorrow, Tony. 1:30, Ron. Good job. Good job. There we go. 153. Can we break out? Now that Raven's out, I don't know if we can break out though, but now that the market maker himself is out. Yes. So these candles at some point need to get above $1.50 and like actually close and hold that level before it's ready for a push. Alrighty? Especially when the long green candles like that, it becomes a bit suspicious always. Right? Look at Tro. Tro started dropping like a rock, right? This is why we keep saying like our job in this community is to teach you, right? Not to tell you like, hey, this is a good entry, right? Our job is to teach you and say, hey, when you're looking for a good entry, right? You look at this and this and this and this. Because if I simply just gave you a level on Tro, if I simply just gave you a level, look at this. Now, right now, you'd be screwed, right? Right now, you'd be pretty screwed, right? So it's not our job to tell you like, hey, oh no, buy the stock at this price, buy the stock at this price. No, our job is to let you know when, right? What do you need to see, right? Because this is nasty. If you simply just got into this stock because you're like, oh, $3, oh, 280. Did you see it consolidating at three? No. Do you see it consolidating at 280? No. They're pretty big fat red candles, right? So when you're catching a knife on pretty fat big red candles, the only message I'm going to send to you when you're sleeping, just when you're sleeping, is this.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
That's it. In the middle of the night when you're dreaming about stocks, that's the only thing you're going to see, right? So, come on, something, do something. As soon as Raven sold that position, the stock said, oh, market maker is out. The market maker is out. What do I do now? What do I do now? Okay. Yeah. So again, if for Trot to move, it needs to consolidate. Consolidate. Yeah, ODYS has just done nothing, guys. Nothing other than that initial pop when it had that demand zone and it halted up. Other than that, like it's done nothing. Right? It's clearly still above the 200 EMA in the golden pocket, so that's fine, right? But not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. But again, number one and number two are not dead, right? That's for sure. They're not dead yet. Not dead. Come on, Jay-Z. You need to tell people I have 99 problems. 99 problems. But resistant in one. Come on now. Tell them 99 problems. $1.50 is not one. There we go. See? Yeah, that's what you need to tell people. 99 problems. Money isn't one, Yeah, there we go. See, this is it. You just needed to hear your beats, huh? You just need some hype. I could tell. I could tell. You do need to break above $1.60 though. Otherwise, you're gonna need to reintroduce yourself. No, 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 no. It made it to $1.50 and needs to continue to go up. It needs to break above $1.50 and hold $1.50, right? So breaking resistance isn't the whole story. Breaking resistance and holding resistance is what you need to see. Yeah. K2, I'll take a look. You're in at 825. I'll take a look. I can sense some violence coming here for Jay-Z, so I would just want to pay attention to Jay-Z for a second. Because that thing says, I'd like to introduce myself. But it needs to reintroduce itself above this damn resistance, There we go, 158. Yeah. It's playing with that supply zone there. Playing with the resistance. And you notice that all of those candles are like barely holding above $1.50. So that's what I mean in Star Street, right? So it's not about getting above $1.50. It's about actually holding that level, right? Break and hold, and then the momentum kicks in. Cool. Yeah, AIIO. I think people might just be looking and saying, hey, you know what? You know what? Let me take a look. We'll come back to this. Let me take a look at. Damn, look at this, guys. This stock is so wild. So wild. JZ, not DXYZ. So wild. Is anybody holding this stock as a swing play? Anybody holding this? Anybody holding this beauty? You are, Tommy. I like it. Good. At least someone's holding. Yeah, good. Frost. I like it, Kimo. Well done. Yeah. I like I said earlier this morning. I like the stock a lot. Yeah. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. This one's better than some of the other ones that are like in the same group, right? Again, we posted this stock a month ago or more than a month ago, right? When we were looking for like potential SpaceX, sympathy plays. We're like, okay, what can we look at that's holding SpaceX? This one was at the very top of the list, right? At the very, very top of the list, right? So, very, very top of the list. Yeah. And just look at this. Look at the daily candle in this damn thing. Look at this. Look at that. Right? Yeah. When we talked about this, it was in the 20s there. And it's just been flying. Shish. Okay, okay, okay. Moving on. Jay-Z is still sitting in that same spot, right? Playing with that supply zone now. And then I did want to look at the other stock. We can come back to TRO, but let me take a look at for K2. Your NG sits. Wasn't the stock delisted? No. So you're in at 820, 825, which is really nice. Congratulations. Good job. I like that. Just waiting for the daily candles to load here. Just waiting, taking the sweet time. No, congratulations on this. That's a really, really good entry. You almost played a breakout on this one here. So congratulations, K2. Um, you do have a lot more room to the upside, obviously. So your next resistance is a bit closer to 1350, right? So you definitely have a bit more room to the upside. Alrighty. I would say though that don't ever let this thing go below $10 at the very least. Alrighty. So if it breaks below $10, you might have to get rid of it. Alrighty. So but now just keep chasing it up with the stop loss. I think you're gonna be okay. Yeah. So congratulations. Mario. Yep. Right. So we mentioned Velo on that dipski, right? We mentioned Velo entry between 12 and 10. Well, it's back to $14. Like it's still kind of playing games. But Velo, honestly, if I ever see anybody complain about Velo, I'm gonna slap them. Slap them with the dollar bill, right? Because the stock has been so excellent, right? Excellent. Multiple opportunities, multiple scalps. Even with offerings, the stock is still holding up. Like that tells you how much, staying power this has had for now, right? So very, very nice play. So the closer we get, the issue with Velo is that Velo is a SpaceX play, right? Whereas DXYZ is an everybody play, right? They hold SpaceX, they hold Anthropic. Anthropic is becoming like the goat of AI, like the king of the castle, you know. Anyways, those guys are making a lot of money. Anthropic, I like Anthropic way more than I like OpenAI. OpenAI to me seems like very suspicious. I don't know. You know how like I don't know, I feel like the way you judge stuff is by people. You know, the people that run the company. Every time I see the CEO, or I hear him speak, I'm like, something seems suspicious. Suspicious. Anyways, so the best way to capitalize from these, all these AI IPOs probably is, a sympathy play, right? Like a DXYZ. So this one, you can tell everybody's doing that. Next week, yeah, earnings are always a bit scary. Yeah, Jay Z just too much struggle bus behavior here. Too much struggle bus behavior. Good bounce though from the bottom, right? From the bottom to the top. Yeah, he does. Lucas. Yeah. I know nothing about his past, but it just seems off. What's your position in sound, KB? Good morning, Chris. Late to the game. Where should I FOMO? Where should I FOMO? Mm, mm, mm. Looks like this pom stock has been Lucas. Yeah, yeah, nice little penny stock pop here. I don't really like them, but the reason we keep looking at like DXYZ, JZXN, ODYS, it's because like as much as we're getting random pops from here and there, they honestly seem very suspicious to me. You know, they seem a bit suspicious to me. Do, 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 do. Yeah, that woke stock keeps halting up and down. Halt, 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 halt. There we go, Jay Z. Come on now. Are we asking for too much, guys? There you go, Ali. See, it's not about it being a scam, right? It's about you scamming it. Scam it before they scam you. That's the name of the game, right? Scam the stock before the stock scams you. So if Jay Z is a scam from China, that's okay. We scam it first, and then we move on, and then let it go down 99%. We don't care, right? So super slow, but it's still number two. Number two is the GOAT. I'm kidding. But we do need to break out. Yeah. Yeah. You're scared to re-enter? I mean, you should be. Why? Because you're right below resistance here, so you shouldn't be getting back in at this price, anyways. Right? Yeah, you're better off waiting for a dip or a breakout, and it's right in the middle there. That's the one thing I forgot to look at today. RXT. Well, after the open, that's because the price action also was pretty rubbish, right? And then it's finally curling up a golden pocket ish here. So I'm sure we're gonna come back to this at some point as a potential, because that thing always seems to do that. Like it always seems to crash and then come back and then crash and come back. ODYS guys has just been really weak, really weak. It looked like it was consolidating for a little bit, but then they just said halt it down. Right, so not a whole lot going on there. Yeah, I think we just carried on honestly from that theme from last week, right? Where like the market opens and it's pretty slow, and then all of a sudden we're flying, right? So let's hope that's the case again today. right? Market open, super, super slow, super annoying. 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours in the day, we're like, okay, now we're talking, right? Jay-Z needs to do that. Come on, Jay-Z. Right? We need to say, Jay-Z, now we're talking. Come on now. You're the closest thing to a breakout right now, other than this gem, right? This is the gem. But other than that, Jay-Z's like right there, right there to capture the volume. Damn, this stock is just flying. Just flying. Just flying. Sheesh. DXYZ. Every time I look at that name, I'm like, really? You guys couldn't come up with a better name than DXYZ? But I guess not. I guess not. Why are we ignoring MEHA? We're not ignoring MEHA. MEHA is not doing anything, right? We talked about it earlier when it hit 20 cents as resistance. Other than that, it's not really doing anything, right? So you are approaching the 200 EMA. So what, 15 cents for support, right? So stay above 15 cents there. No, man. Yeah, no, if you have a question, guys, and we're not talking about something, ask. Right, there we go, Jay-Z. See, we keep coming back to Jay-Z because Jay-Z is the closest thing to Boomskis right now. Right? Jay-Z is like right there, right there. Like it's like right there, you know? Come on, Jay-Z. Come on. It's like right there, but then they're like, I don't want to break out. Why? Because I don't want to break out. Anyways. It is? No, that's okay. That's completely okay. Just make sure it stays above 15 cents. There we go, Jay-Z. There we see. We knew you had this in you. We knew you had this in you. Give us brand new highs of the day here. Yeah. See, this is it. This is the type of stuff we want to see. We do need to close above that previous high, but yeah. Type yes in the chat if you're holding JZXN. You don't think it's going to break? Say it again with your chest. Come to the front. Say it again. Come to the front. Say it with your chest. Come again. Come. Protect. Say it with your chest. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Now, the price action is pretty sus on it, right? Which is annoying. But nice pop though. Maybe it is. No, that's okay. Yeah, it's playing a lot of games. I can yeah. So you can see we're testing the we're kind of testing that high from pre-market now, right? So the level on the left hand side, right? So this area right here, but it looks good, right? It looks better, right? Can we close above that level? I would like to reintroduce myself. My name is. Anyways, we need to find a Jay-Z beat and play it. 167. But again, so you can see the consolidation at the bottom, right? Beautiful base, right? And then there we go, Jay-Z. Give us a 170 break. Give us a 170 break. Don't make me count for you. Don't make me count. Yeah, RXT is slowly curling there. So watch that VWAP here and at 545. Alrighty? 545. MEHA again holding that 15 cents. ODYS, watch the 200 and the golden pocket here. We can hold that level. And then obviously JZ testing the 170 level. I'm going to move this line a little bit higher here just because it makes a bit more sense, right? Sometimes you just want to use those psychological levels for resistance, right? So GDC, no. There we go, 169 going once. They're like 170, you shall not pass. 170 is your resistance. You shall not pass. You shall not pass. I'm like, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Are you sure? Are you sure about that 170? Are you sure? Are you sure we're not gonna pass? Are you sure? Are you sure? Is Benjamin short this? Benjamin, don't like nice things. You sold at 165. Congratulations. Good job. Yeah, good job. Good job. Nothing wrong with that. Even though we want to see it break above 170, we think it's going to break 170. There's nothing wrong with seeing a double top and seeing it stall, and then you're like, hey, let me just take my profit just in case it doesn't break out, right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. What do we need to do? Chant? We need to chant JZ, JZ. At some point, though, I think we need to come back and retest. Maybe I shouldn't say that out loud, but at some point we need to come back and retest that little level. But we're clearly sitting at another breakout level there. So, damn, what's SPY on? SPY is almost at 740, guys. What the hell? Damn. SPY just keeps going and going and going and going and going. Yeah, nice little curl at MEHA there. So good job. Yeah. So again, it's not that we don't like watching stuff. Sometimes it's not really doing anything for us to watch it, right? But if you do have a question, always ask, please. Alrighty. Yeah. I'm sure a lot of people are backing this one, Kristen, MEHA. I'm sure. So yeah, as long as it stays above that 15 cents, I don't mind it. Yeah. Jay-Z is the number 2, which most days it makes it the number 1. Yeah. Most days. Not every day. Most days. Right? Meha is like, are you sure about that? Anyways, nice little curl. 1556 protect. I like that. That's a really good entry. And a lot of shares. So congratulations. Yeah, no, again, like I said earlier, guys, there's nothing wrong with seeing a double top on a stock and saying, hey, like if we're stalling at this level, I'm going to take my profits. Right? There's nothing wrong with that at all. Right? When you're scalping, that's almost the right thing to do. Right? And I said it earlier. At some point, we have to come back and retest this area. Why? Because this was a struggle bus area. So whether you like it or not, we have to come back and test that level. Right? Whether you like it or not. Right? These stocks will always come back and test the level that they really struggled at. So, yeah. Meha's like, hey, bring the money over here. Bring the money over here. Breaking news on Hunter virus today. What stocks will boomski? Um, anyways, I would like to know how the Hunter virus is spreading, guys. How are they spreading it is my only question. What are they doing with their, with the spit and the, anyways, I'm going to leave it there. Let's go, Raven. Mr. Market Maker. Yeah. Netflix to the moon. What else? You see Spy cooking? Just cooking. Just cooking and cooking and cooking. Definitely didn't start in Canada, that's for sure. Let's go, virus. What happens in a cruise stays in a cruise unless you're a virus. Yeah, they should have kept all those people on the cruise and treated them. You would think. Anyways, yeah, you like just keep them there, treat them first, or like, or send them to a different section in the hospital and quarantine them. If that thing spreads, then you definitely know it's a conspiracy. Someone wanted it to spread. Yeah. If that thing spreads, there are a lot of people doing some weird things. Yeah. Because that's not a virus where like it should be spreading easily. So I don't think we're gonna have an issue. But if it does spread, then we have some freaky people. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah. COVID 2.0. Maybe that's what's gonna crash the markets. Stephanie, good, 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 good. Yeah. Yeah. No, again, like I said, Jay Z had to come back and retest this 150 area, whether you like it or not. So let's see if we can consolidate and curl. CLIK just never did anything for us to even pay attention to that rubbish, right? And looks like a bit of a sell-off on DXYZ here. I don't think these guys have options virus, but yeah, if they did, this would have been nice. As would have been nice, but they do not. And then MEHA is back to retesting a double top at 20 cents, obviously. So if they can break through 20 cents, then I think that's when people are gonna get very excited. Very excited. That ODYS stock keeps halting down, right? So there's not a whole lot to see on that thing. Nothing at all. Which again is why we don't just pick a number and say, hey, this is a good number to get in. No, don't do that. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. Yep. AIIO is back to brand new highs of the day too, by the way. AIIO. Oh, here comes 20 cents. 20 cents now. You sold your position, Protect? Good job. Yeah, that was a big position anyways. Yeah, that was a big position. Yeah, you made $3,000 on MEHA. Good job. Yeah, that's excellent. Well done. Well done. $3,000, and it looks like we're breaking through 20 cents. But again, that resistance is a little bit higher because of the VWAP. So yeah. And then JZXN is still holding that 150 area, so it is trying to retest and consolidate. So if they can do that, then that's a good thing. Alrighty. So it's trying to do some work there. RXT, same thing. VWAP test. Any that is known to spread person to person. Yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's not one of those viruses that should be spreading easily. So if somehow it magically becomes a problem, shouldn't, then we know someone's behind this rubbish. Morris, good job. That's an excellent scalp. Congratulations. Well done. Well done. So it looks like Spy almost hit 740. So close to 740 there. So close. Yeah. I saw there was a thing on social media that said Canada is one of the only countries that doesn't have rats. I was like, BS. Rubbish. Where did you find that? That person probably doesn't live in Canada, huh? Rubbish. Yep. Chris says, pick me, I'll tell you who's behind it. Does the name start with anyways? Toronto has raccoon sized. That's what I'm saying. Like a ton of rats. Yeah, craziness. That person's never been to Canada. Canada definitely has rats. Yeah. Jay-Z's going back. How beautiful is this, guys? This stock is almost as beautiful as Peter's bald head. Yeah, I like the retest, right? So it's doing exactly what it should do. It came back to the level we knew it was going to come back to. The problem, though, is we still have that resistance up there, right below 170, right? So still a good looking stock. Yeah. So Jay-Z is number 2, which is really number 1. Yeah. Nice, Miranda. Good job on that. Good job. Yeah, you need to get above this VWAP. MEHA looks good, but it needs to get above that VWAP. So you see that little red line right there that goes across? That's a VWAP line. Sometimes that's the strongest resistance a stock can have, you know? Strong like bull. Yeah. Anyways, Peter, Peter has a Peter has no hair. Peter sacrifices hair. You know, yeah. uh, He sacrifices hair to the village. But it's yeah. I mean, like Toronto's right beside right beside New York City. So those rats definitely they migrate. Yeah. Uh, doo, doo, doo. Okay. So you can tell, like, we're really having a hard time breaking out there. And then Jay Z is just kind of chilling right below resistance, almost like we need to beg Raven to buy the damn float again, before it breaks out. I took no 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 $12 calls Jan 2028. Ooh, virus is just giving gems in the options cooking lab. Right, I've said this so many times. Like, even if you don't play options, always pay attention to the options cooking lab in Discord, right? Because virus posted NVTS, right? Virus posted NVTS a while ago. So the date when Virus posted this in Discord was the 13th, right? Sheesh, Virus, the 13th, um, when it was dipping, right? When it was dipping, guys. And then that thing said, thank you very much. Look at this beauty. This is such a beautiful chart, NVTS. Just beautiful. Like, just so beautiful. We talked about this a few times already, right? Like the way this stock, this is what technical analysis is, right? Looking at this stock and saying, okay, why do we keep bouncing up the white line? It's because virus is in it, and he knows all about white lines. Like, look at that, right? 200 EMA, bounce, 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 and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, I'm a gem now. So I know a whole bunch of people are holding NVTS, but yeah, brand new all-time highs, guys, on NVTS. All-time highs. All-time highs. Sheesh. Love it. There we go, guys. We finally did it. Jay Z, we did it. We did it. Jay Z says, let me introduce myself, please. I'm number two, but really I'm number one. Right? Like I said, this stock is just as beautiful as Peter's bald head. Right? It's doing exactly what it needs to do. Star Street, are you happy now? Are you still in the position? Are you seeing how well it's playing out? Right? So again, if you wanted to take a play, the retest of this level was your play. Right? That was your play there. And then boom skis. Yeah. Yeah. Boom skis. See, all we needed to do is just beg Raven. Hey Raven, Mr. Market Maker, just just buy a little bit of the float. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let's go. Type yes in the chat if you're holding JZXN. Type yes in the chat if you're holding JZXN. Let's go, T. I like it. 53 to 68. I like it. I like it. 85, you're out. Congratulations. Yeah, Miranda. Well done. Yeah, Salat. Well done, guys. Yeah. No luck. I like it. Good job. Yeah. Love that. So again, nice, beautiful consolidation, right? We've said this so many times. Like these days, like these stocks are not behaving at the open, right? Just give it time. You don't need to be rushing in the first 2 minutes, right? Give it time. So time, consolidation, right? Boom skis, retest of the breakout, and then bigger boom skis, right? So beautiful, beautiful. Yeah. Miranda, you got in at 160. You better be getting ready to exit that position too, please. Ready? I says you can't buy, Tom. That's so stupid why these brokers are doing that now. So stupid. MEHA got rejected again, guys. I don't think this is a surprise to anybody, right? This stock has been failing at 20 cents, since Jesus was crossing. Anyways, so you have a double top, you have a stall, take your profits, right? If they want to keep going back and forth, take your damn profits. Yeah, good job, Nolank. I like it. You had an exam this morning. Is it too late? It's never too late. It's been an hour. The market's been open for an hour, right? Why would it be too late? I mean, it might be too late for some of these stocks, but sit back, relax a little bit, see what gives you an opportunity. Seems to be placed by, yeah, honestly, Aaron, like I would switch brokers if that was constantly a problem. Yeah. Blake, nice little scalpy. Nice little scalpy. I mean, it depends on your time frame. Like, I think I've barely seen anybody complaining about Robinhood, but that's if you're not trading pre-market. Like, if you're not trading pre-market, maybe just go with the Robinhood, right? I like how nice and easy and slow this is now. Just taking its sweet time, JZ. Just taking its sweet time. I mean, you guys should have known the fact that we keep talking about Jay Z and Jay Z songs. You should have known that something like this would happen. You should have known. You should have known. Yeah. You should have known that it would pop. No, I'm just kidding. That's all just fun and games. Fun and games. And then they said, slap it. So again, $1.85 and then rejected. Almost $1.90, actually $1.88. Okay. I don't like to be limited, so I want pre-market. Yeah. So then you have to look at some of the other brokers, right? Like Webull, um, interactive brokers, stuff like that. Damn, they slapped Jay Z. They slapped it. They said back to $1.50, right? So right around that level, damn. So that's why Miranda, I told you earlier, right? If you're getting in at $1.60, $1.70, you need to be getting ready to exit that position, right? So we're basically coming back down to retest the stupid 150 again. I think seems like it's gonna be I know, right, Caitlin? Craziness. Yeah. Today is a day of like scalpies, like nothing is flying and flying. Everything is like, go and then come back, and then go and then come back. Go and then come back. Dan says my wife woke up, came out of nowhere. I got no good morning, no how are you, just why are your puts red? Dan, I knew it. I knew your wife was gonna bully you for holding spy puts. Dan, no good morning. How are you doing, honey? Vacation is amazing. Let's go out for breakfast. Why are these puts red? Why? Let's look at Dan's performance. Is SPY back to all-time highs? Actually, SPY did end up dipping though, Dan. Right? So it looks like maybe that 740 would be like, I bet you 740 is the level though, Dan, where like everybody's like, okay, this has to be it. Right? This has to be it. We've done enough. But if we break above 740 though, oof, I think that's gonna unlock that door to like to new monies, you know? Dan, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. Puts up for losers. No, I like yeah, like I said though, Dan, I think one of these days we're either gonna crash, but I think from a technical point of view though, the time when we can really tell that the markets are gonna go down is when we start stalling. Right? So I think if we start to stall around like 740, into the new Fed person coming in, also with the war ending, right? By the hype sell the news, right? The war ends, then it's gonna be a slap. Everybody's expecting a crash, which is also a problem. Everybody's expecting it. There's a dude on social media. He's holding like some puts, and he put like $600,000 or like $1 million in puts. He's been holding those puts since like 2022 or something, and then he keeps rolling those puts out. Right? Keeps rolling the damn puts out. Why? Who the hell knows? Yeah, there goes another bounce, right? So that $1.50, right? $1.50 back to $1.60 for JZXN. Looks like OD is trying to reclaim the 200 EMA, but it has a lot of work to do. And then MEHA just keeps going back and forth, right? All of these stocks are just going up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, Kimo, no. We've talked about IONQ. Josh has been spamming that. He posted that again over the weekend, right? So definitely been a nice stock. Yeah, Webull is the same now with all those stupid rejections. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know why they're doing it, but Mm, mm, mm. Okay. NVTS virus. NVTS. Sheesh. Big monies. And that thing is just pushing for highs on highs on highs. Very impressive. Is JZ halted? Definitely not halted. It might be slow now because it has less volume, but it's definitely not halted. Cho, did you end up taking some profits from that thing? CLIK. That thing looks nasty. Right. So maybe you can find a way to hold off that golden candle there, but yeah, this again today. There's been no reason to be in this stock in the first place, like zero. Right. If you are, then I know you definitely don't listen about consolidation, about nothing, because that thing looks trash, right? But maybe you can find a way to hold at some point. At some point, it's gonna bounce. ODYS. You did, Aaron. Good job. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Good job. I think we're just waiting for what we wait for every single day. Something is gonna show up at some point and it's gonna cook, and then we're gonna forget the slow morning. JZ is just going back and forth here still, just like everything else. Yeah, like I said this morning, keep an eye on that one, PRSO. Yeah, and let me pull it up here too. PRSO. Yeah, no, I like this one seems like more of a swing scalper, right, than anything else, but it does look good though. I like it. Pizza. Alrighty, have a wonderful rest of the day. See you later. Alrighty, see you later. See you later. Okay. Jojo. Yep. Yeah. I like how I do like though how that like when we dip on Meha and it goes down and it comes back, like it goes up, it comes back down, you get higher lows. Right? So as long as Meha keeps doing that and it stays above the 200 EMA, you see that magic white line right there, the white line, right? You see how it's holding that line? As long as it stays above that line, you have a chance. Ready? Obviously, it needs to break about 20 cents, but yeah. So to me, that stock is still fine. Hey, I did nothing. I did nothing. Nothing at all. Nothing. I just said nothing. Come on, Jay Z. What are we doing here? 150 still? We're even scalping the rubbish out of that stock. Scalping the rubbish out of it. And there goes Meha again. Meha's like, hey guys, I'm back. If that thing could just break 20 cents, yeah, and just hold it, that'd be nice. That would be nice. Yeah, I'm telling you, Raven is scalping the rubbish out of Jay Z. The rubbish. 1960. Yes. Break 20 cents. Break 20 cents, Ali. 1950. Can we just stop playing games? Like, how come every stock is just playing games with resistance, guys? Right? Jay Z is doing the same stupid thing. Like, it's holding and bouncing every time. But like, come on, guys, come on. Are you guys really waiting for like? You guys, is there a clock? We need to start timing this. But when stocks actually start breaking out, we need to set a timer every day. Is it the first hour? Is it the first 2 hours? What's going on here? Someone's playing with us. Yeah. You notice how I think I think the timer is when Kirsten goes to work. She's like, okay, guys, these stocks are so stupid. They're so annoying. I'm gonna go make breakfast and go to work. And then as soon as she leaves, as soon as she leaves, the markets are like, always the first 2 hours. Yeah, no, yeah, we said that before. Here we go, 1928, 1930, 1950. Come on, 1960, 1970. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. 1980. Come on, come on. Wait, what the hell was that headline? OnlyFans has agreed to sell 16% of the company for 532 million at a 3.15. Okay, so the selling part of the company to who? It doesn't say who they're selling that 16% of the company to. Ah, let's go, Raven. Let's go, let's go. Base hits make the daily goal. Exactly. Exactly, Raven. Exactly. I like that. Yeah. I like what Raven's been doing lately with those daily hits. I like it. I like it. I like it. Come on, Meha. You gonna break through? Who's gonna break out first? Is it gonna be Jay Z or is it gonna be Meha? And then PRSO again, still just kind of chilling in that same range there, 127. Yeah. Uh-oh. Benjamin just tweeted saying we are short 29% of the float. First stop is 25 cents. We are short, Benjamin says. We are short 25% of the float. I mean, at the very least, Benjamin is, maybe he's watching the stream now. He's getting a little bit of knowledge. Maybe. Maybe he's, because he's actually shorting at resistance. Yep, exactly. Exactly. That's what I was about to say. Right now, I bet you the damn thing break out. Yeah, push him out. Yeah, now it's almost guaranteed to break out above 20 cents. Almost guaranteed. Right, almost a guarantee to break above 25 cents now at 20 cents. You see that? Uh-oh. 19. Oh, here we go. 1980. We shall see. Damn, that resistance is so strong. So strong. Sheesh. That level is so strong. Shorting MEHA. There goes Jay Z, guys. Look at this beauty, right? Jay Z is curling off the level that it should be curling at. So these two stocks are like our standout stocks right now, right? But Jay Z is, Jay Z is obviously our favorite. But Jay Z, come on now. Can we get back above 170? Yup. Yup. We're still fighting with 20 cents here, though. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. So again, if you bought this thing off the level, right? This is what I mean by like as the day progresses, these levels become obvious, right? You can see that 150 is clearly support. Even if you bought at 150, at least you're up 10 cents, right? 15 cents, right? Nothing crazy, but you're green on that position, right? Whereas if you're randomly taking YOLO gambles on fat green candles, then you're putting yourself at risk of, some violence, right? Just like if you're buying this thing right below 20 cents here, right? Yeah, it can break out. It's probably going to break out, right? but at the same time, you're better off buying, dipskis. The S&P is flying, guys. SPY just made brand new all-time highs. Dan, you better close the computer before your wife walks by again. Close the computer. SPY is going for 740. Damn. Come on, Meha. Meha is about to thrust it here. Can you feel it in your bones? Oh, my days is right. Oh, my days is right, Dan. Craziness. I was looking at that one over the weekend. MRAM, Tom, over the weekend. Do you have a position in that? Let me know. I'll take a look. I would take a look ski. Oh, interesting. Not yet? Okay. PRSO, guys. Right, like I said, keep an eye on this one. Don't know what else to tell you. Right? Keep an eye on PRSO. We posted this one really early in the morning, like earlier morning, right? And it's been creeping up the whole time, just creeping up, right? And anytime you see Watermelon smiling, it's because he's holding yeah. So $1.33, super slow though, super slow, and it looks like they have earnings today. Yeah, yeah. So I'd be very careful with that. I honestly just play the hype and move on, right? Unless they crush earnings, which I don't know. I just don't think sometimes playing earnings on a penny stock is playing with fire. But yeah, for now it looks good. So there's nothing wrong with making money right now and then moving on before earnings comes through. You know, can we just break out, guys? Like, can we just it's going to, right? It wants to. Can we just stop playing games though? Can you just stop playing games? So again, yes, 1940. 1970. Can we get to like 2026? 2026? Can we get there? There we go. I guess we just had to say 2026 and then it just ran to you know, we need to stop showing like, the 1940s because that's when Dan was anyways. We need to show the current day. Come on now. Let me take a look at MRAM. Because I know you were asking about that, Tom. No, this stock has been really, really good. Really, really good. That's such a good run, right? Especially the last two trading sessions, like that thing has been flying. And then today, it's just a beast. After they reported earnings, that stock just started cooking. So it looks really, really good. There's definitely potential for more. Looks like the stock has been around for a very long time, even though it hasn't. Yeah, you're obviously sitting at a brand new all-time high. So, what $40 here for a bit of a base? If not, then yeah, let it dip. There we go, Meha. There we go. Yeah, come on, guys. You know you want to. Just stop playing games with us. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Meha. Type yes in the chat if you're holding Meha. Meha. It's about time we did something like that. I still need to see those candles consolidate about 20 cents because the stock is playing too many games here. Just too many games. Yeah, a lot of you. Yes in the chats. 25 cents Winterfell, 25 cents, 2025. So maybe they take it to that level. Chance, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. True. So a high of 2140 for now. The actual high though from this morning was like 2350. So which is why you have that supply zone a little bit higher there. Yeah. If you just did the opposite of what Benjamin did, honestly, you'd be really happy. Green candle. I don't really think that dude's shorting a penny stock, Raven. So, which is why I think we all expected it to go up. Here we go. 21 cents. I like it. I like it. Thanks, Benji. Thank you for sucking. Thank you. 2120. Come on. Stop playing with 21s. Yeah, it's halted, Tom. He's halted. Bought. Yeah. I don't know what to do with this thing yet, Robo strategy. Brand new IPO, guys. It wasn't on the list this morning when I looked. And it's actually still not on the list, which is interesting. But unless it's some type of an uplist. Anyways, let's see what it does when ready. See what it does. Yeah, it's very very early still. Anyways, MEHA is looking very very good. So let's cook Benjamin. Cook him. Cook him. Cook him. There we go. Cook him. Cook Benjamin, please. 22 cents, guys. Cook him. At 9 a.m. Like 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Yes. I mean, yes. MRAM is getting slapped there, Tom. I think it was you asking, right? So below $40 now. Definitely need to do more than this, though, Nomad, to count as 9 a.m. run, because this really isn't anything crazy. No biggie, Bengals. Yeah, no, I think we'd be pretty happy. We'd be very happy. Yeah, and then watermelon. 137. Slow and steady on PRSO here. Slow and steady. Slow and steady. Do, 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 do. It's amazing for a broke person like me. Okay. Let's go, Kristen. Yeah, Kristen says, I'm off today. She said, congratulations, you played yourself. I'm not going anywhere. Not going anywhere. That's a good scout, though, Kristen. Congratulations. Good job. Interesting. Yeah. So I mean, there's a bit of a supply zone here too, Kristen. So I don't mind you taking profits in that area, right? Okay. Have been wins. Let's go. Let's go, Nomad. Congratulations. That's amazing. Alrighty. Congrats. 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 Yeah. Keep it up. Keep it up. I like it. I like it. JC's just doing like JC's just been doing this for the last 30 minutes now. Just up because Raven is scalping the rubbish out of it, you know? Mr. Market Maker scalping the rubbish out of Jay-Z. So Jay-Z is not allowed to go. Yep, exactly didn't. Exactly. Look at MEHA, guys. Look at that. Look at that. Again, look at that double top supply zone, right? When you see red, you see red. Fat slap. Sheesh. Again, importance of that's why I ran. Yup, right? See, Kristen, you're learning. You're learning. Yeah, exactly, Dan, right? When you see resistance, you know there's a red zone, right? You have the yellow candle. Okay, that's already two warnings. You have the stalling, that's four warnings, right? You have the double top on the left hand side, that's five, right? So slap. Yeah, Benji payback. No, I think what happens with Benjamin is he says he's short a position, but then the stock goes up instead, and then he dumps it, right? So I think what they're doing is they're going long, announcing it on social media, so people bet against them. The stock goes up, and then they dump the long positions, right? So every time Benjamin is in something, we see a fat red candle every single time, right? The stock is pumping, and then all of a sudden, fat red. So exactly, Sandra, right? The signs are all there. The signs are there, right? The signs are all there. So, if you don't have a stop loss, simply just greedy. Just greedy. Just greed, right? So that's it. There's nothing else. Yeah. So let's see if it gives us another, retest and higher low off the VWAP and then curl back. The signs have to be short so viewers can see them. Unbelievable. Then are you guys going out for breakfast or you're making breakfast? The beach. Like every time summer comes around, Dan, like especially here, I'm like this is so amazing. I spend most of my like days outside now, like playing soccer, and it's so beautiful, so amazing. Like I go for walks like every day now. Then I ask myself like, why do you even live here? Like why? 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 This is what you're missing out on for 8 months out of the year? Why? Good job, Miranda. Give me a high five. Let's go. Well done. Maple bacon in biscuits and gravy. That sounds amazing. Amazing. Yeah. Am I reading it? It's sideways, Star Street. Yeah, you are reading that correctly. It is going sideways, right? Sideways, sideways. The algo will tell you to. So whenever you're looking at the algo on the top and it says consolidating, that's because the algo is reading that for you as well and saying, "Hey, we're just consolidating." Right? It is holding $1.50, which is nice, right? That's the one good thing right now, is that it's been holding the same level for the last, however long. California seems nice, but yeah, you guys seem like you like problems. California seems like they like problems. Yeah. RXT is hitting brand new session highs. I like it. Is this thing still halted? Damn, bot. What the hell? It's been a long halt. Anyways, let me take a look at RXT here though. RXT. I like this curl. Like RXT was down quite a bit and now it's gone from red to green. Right? Like the dips on this stock are just so beautiful. Right? Dip buys, dip buy, dip buys. So beautiful. I don't- we are very peaceful people. We believe in let live. Ray. Yes. No, when I say violence is because of people like Pita, they like problems. Also, you guys have very high taxes. Tell me your opinion on where it's going. Yes, yes. Let's take a look. NVDA. Are these daily candles? No, these are 1 minute candles. Oof, NVIDIA. Where's NVIDIA going? This thing is going to need some fib lines on this damn chart then. This thing is going to need some fibs. All right? 1 second. Yep, NVIDIA just hit brand new all-time highs today. 222, 222, 222.30. Yeah. Dan, I think where they want to push this stock is 240. If we stay above 220, I think they want to push it up to 240. Worst case scenario here, Dan, is if the markets start to retrace, like if we see weakness, if bad news comes out, right, we come back down to retest this 212, like 212 to 215 area. Already, so like I don't know if you're holding calls already, but if we do want to retest though, this time frame doesn't quite do it enough justice, right? But like this is going to be a retest level at some point, right? This previous double top here, but right now though, this thing has room all the way to 240. So yeah, they expire in September. Yeah, I think 200 calls, so they're nice and deep in the monies. Yeah, like you can scale out, Dan, if you wanted to, but this thing definitely has lots of room to the upside. It's a nice hedge on your spy puts. Your spy puts are the hedge. Yeah, yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, maybe at some point, Dan, you can just pull out, especially since they're so expensive too. The best thing to do at some point is just to pull out your monies, Dan, and then leave the rest in there because they're gonna print anyways, and it's a lot of money. So that's probably the safest thing to do, right? 100%, right? 100% take out your initial investment, let the rest ride. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, sell three, let two, right? Yeah, and they're not cheap, so it works out perfectly. Yeah, that's $2,000 for one contract, right? So we're 36, 36. Yeah, So yeah, you hate and love all-time highs. I know, I know. Yeah, like we obviously don't see any signs of weakness, but it's also very extended where there could be a dip at any point, right? So yeah, safer thing to do is to take some gains, but there's also no signs of weakness. So we trust the chart to say that it can definitely keep going up. And MEHA's back to retesting above 20 cents, which is good. Is nice. Yeah, I think what happens is Benjamin just closes that position, right? And then we dip and then we curl back up. But he's gonna, keep saying, "Oh, we're adding to the short. Oh, we're doing this. We're doing this." Don't believe him for one. Don't believe him for 1 second. 1 second. Don't believe him. 21. Roll them to take some profit instead of profits. Yeah. Yeah, no, there's so much time on those options too that Dan can just sit back and relax and smile. Sit back and relax and smile. The price action today is very annoying on these momentum stocks. Very annoying. There's nothing like with a consistent, like run. Everything is super super annoying. Don't forget to smash a like, guys, if you haven't already, please and thank you. Take a second, smash a like, please. Hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you're not a member yet and you want to join us in Discord, click the link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot. Alrighty, and make sure you sign in for a level that does not say sold out. So it has to be the Legend or the Legend Pro levels. So again, smash a like, hit that subscribe, and come join if you want. Come join us if you want to. Yes, buy with a bit of a retracement here. I bet you, Dan, that 740 is going to be like a key level for if we go or if we crash. 740, impressive, very very impressive. I'm tempted to join you in those puts, Dan, but I also want to wait, for end of the month. I also want to wait, get some decay in. Come on, Meha, do something. And then this one's just chilling, nothing. And then PRSO. What's your entry on this one, Brandon? What's your entry on this stock? PRSO. uh, you may get a few more on average down. Okay, yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah, the problem with the markets is like when they run, they can just keep running and running and running and running. Stop saying that. Mm. You know how they say the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent? That's what SPY does sometimes. HTCO with a bit of a push then. HTCO. Let me take a look. NVDA is curling back up. The volume is pretty suspicious, but JZ just, I don't know what it's doing here. It's getting a little annoying. It's getting a little annoying. Look at that, right? So again, PRSO just creeping up, creeping up. Just creeping up, guys. I like it. Anybody holding PRSO in the chat other than the one criminal? Anybody? This wasn't a momentum stock when I posted it earlier. This was more so like a name to, not really a momentum stock, just yes, sir. Cho, I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Good job. Jules, yes. Okay. Desmond, yeah. Yeah, no, it's been nice, slow and steady, right? Slow and steady. Do you think POM will find some volume? It's been holding for a minute now. Let's take a look. POM. The answer for now is no, but let's take a look though. I can see what you're looking at, Kirsten. See what you're looking at, and it is nice though that it's holding the 200 EMA too. So, Kirsten, just make so as long as it stays above 1070, you have a chance. As long as you stay above 1070, you have a chance. Alrighty. If you start breaking below those levels, then hell no. Alrighty. So it seems like it's just been going back and forth. You like it because it's holding that base. And so as long as it keeps holding that 1070, the volume definitely isn't there yet, right? So is it a good buy? Olga, let's take a look. This one's been halting like a crackhead. So I don't know why they keep halting it out. It's because it's down 62%. Olga, this one's definitely a gamble. This is one of those China stupid stocks that crashes 70% and then starts going up and they halt it every 2 seconds. Yeah, this one's a YOLO type play, Olga. Yeah, it's like it's been halting. Every time I look at the halt scan, I'm like, why is this stock halted? It's barely moving. But that's because it's down so much. Poet. Poet looks nice. I know Wes has been spamming this one. This one's been posted a few times in Discord, right? So yeah, Poet looks nice. This is not really a momentum play, more of a a swing, long scalpy play. Moniz, I like it. Yeah. Yeah, Ali, are you in this one? And then PRSO, just slow and steady, guys, slow and steady. 150. Looking good. Dan, I would tell you that SPY is almost back to, but I don't want to. What a crazy run. Tesla. I think the market's flying back up is helping. Yeah, no, Poet does look good. Hopefully West is still in this one. Poet. I'm surprised West isn't talking about this one today. Poet. Like AIXI isn't horrible. Like this one we all know is gonna run at some point. AIXI, right? I think that's why it hasn't crashed as much as it should be crashing because we know this thing is gonna run. But yeah, no, this is a really nice bounce with Tesla though. Really good comeback. Did you took profits on those? Yeah, you did sell that Tesla position then. And SPY is literally 20 cents from another all-time high. So that 740 just looks like it's a matter of time before they cook that level. Just a matter of time before SPY cooks 740. And then we're gonna start singing Puta for uh, puts make sense, but market makers aren't going to pay out in the short term. Exactly, Dan. I agree. So yeah, that's why I'm like, okay, if we're really gonna crash, if these dudes are really gonna slap the markets, like if the market makers are like, hey, it's time to crash the markets, and everybody knows the market crash is coming, they're not just gonna let it happen unless it's a surprise, like we get bad news, something, then that's different. The playbook is to stall it, burn premium, burn, and then slap it. When everybody has been holding puts and the premiums are dying down, and then those puts expire, and then they're like, okay, now let's crash it. That's the best playbook when it comes to going either way. But then again, the opposite is also true in the sense that like they've been pumping it for so long, maybe they're just gonna slap it at some point. But we'll see. Yep, Spice 10 cents from all-time highs. Speaking of crash, did they slap it? Yeah, they said, you know what, this is too much. X-Men, they said, we gave you enough little scalpies. We hope you took your monies and ran. We hope you took your monies. And then PRSO is like, bring the money over here, guys. Yeah, I know exactly, Dan. You got like almost in the monies there, and it's not that far away. And yeah, that's the beauty of getting those ones. They're more expensive, but there's also less scammy behavior going on there. Less scammy behavior. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, maybe like the VWAP and the 200 EMA are getting very close too, Kevin. Right, getting very close. So that's what I mean. Like today has just been a day where you could scalp stocks, but not a day where you could diamond hand stocks. Yeah, yeah. RDW probably following like some of the other SpaceX plays. That work stuff is halted up again, Olga. But again, like it just keeps halting and halting and halting and halting and halting. Yeah, that bought IPO. Okay. And then a little bit of resistance here, more of a psychological level at $1.50. And then MEHA's looking for a little double bottom here at the VWAP. So let's hope it can stay above that level. And the S&P just made brand new all-time highs. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All-time highs. We broke above 740. Lord have mercy on the shorts. Lord have mercy. The way everything's been behaving today, Kirsten, I think less faith in these names. But it's still a double bottom though. So yeah, 1860-ish, 1860. Yeah. And Tesla with a nice pop too because the market's popped. Wow, 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 guys. Wow, 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 SPY. I like it. Tesla's like, hey guys, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Yeah, I'm not sure what Raven's doing now because it broke below that 50, but it's holding a dollar 40, which is where the 200 EMA is sitting at. So if JZ breaks below that level, it's done. But for now, stay above a dollar 40. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah. Yeah. So that 40, let's see if it holds above a dollar 40 there. If not, then straight to the golden pocket, which is the low of the day. So 120, 125-ish. So 140 and then 125. Those are your next two levels for JZ. Uh, if you do a stop loss, you do have to do a take profit or take profit where you want. Star Street, let me see if I understand your question. So you're saying if you do a stop loss, do you have to do a profit too or take profit where you want? So most brokers won't let you do both. So you can only do one on most brokers. Some brokers have something called an OCO, which is one cancels the other. So if one executes, the other one, then the other one gets canceled. But not every broker has that. But yeah, so for the most part, you only use one, and I would rather you use a stop loss. So I would do a stop loss, and if a stock is going to a level that you like and you want to sell it, cancel the stop loss and then sell it. Alrighty. To me, it's better to worry about protecting your monies than focusing on profits that are not even there yet, right? So, so it looks like it's playing with that 140 area for now. And MEHA is holding that level there, Kirsten, right? So the VWAP, the little double bottom there, it's trying. It's trying. No, 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 no. Just below current price when you're happy, exactly, Winterfell. So you can just simply just when you go to sell it, like if you have a stop loss, right, and the stock is running and you don't have to cancel the stop loss, you could just change the stop loss, move it right below the price, that it's currently at, and it's going to probably drop a little bit and hit and get you out. Right, so one cancels the other. Very useful for exactly. Yeah. Schwab. And then that stupid WOK stock is halted down August. So that's why I don't like it. It's halting up and then halted down and then halted up and then, it's just all over the place. All over the place. Okay. Interesting. You didn't get in? Yeah, no, just a bit too much. Okay, can we get to lunchtime and then so we can start cooking? Because it seems like that's when we want to cook these days. And Tesla is looking very nice, Dan. Very nice. What's Bitcoin doing? Is Bitcoin doing anything other than failing at the 200 EMA, right below 82,000? Right. I mean, none of this is a surprise, right? We did put a circle at the 200 EMA in expectation that would be a difficult level, right there, right? So this is the biggest test for Bitcoin right there, right? Biggest test right there, 200 EMA. So it really needs to break and close above that level. If it can, then Bitcoin might be ready for fireworks. There's also a thing happening this Thursday. There's a thing happening this Thursday with the Clarity Act or whatever. Definitely a scam. Yeah, there's your stock pom pom, Kristen. Your pom pom stock finally held that bottom there. Yeah, it said, "Oh, Kristen, did you get in this one?" That's not bad actually. That is not bad. But again, you get the idea though, right? The idea is that when you want to get to you didn't get in. Yeah, it just didn't have the volume, right? The volume never really showed up till like this candle and that candle and then this candle and then this candle, right? So, but it did hold the bottom though. So sometimes what you do when you're not sure if a stock is going to get the volume is just wait for it to start curling back up and then see what the candles look like, right? The volume will definitely come in though, Kirsten, when you're going sideways like that and you break out of that range. That's when the volume really starts kicking in, right? So you're never going to know. So whenever you buy a stock at the bottom like that, you're taking a risk, right? But you're taking a risk based on the fact that it's been holding that level. So, and also this one was above the 200 in a demand zone. So nice little pop there. Yeah. Not quite to the highs of the day yet, but a nice little pop. JZ is still sitting at 140 here, so 200 EMA. MEHA is doing the same thing. Still sitting at the bottom there. Definitely a scam, Mario. Definitely a scam. Ooh, damn pom pom. Should have known with a name like pom pom like that, it would have been a cheerleader stock. But anyways, it's approaching the double top here at 1560. Good comeback though. Draw off the floor. I like it. I like it. Yeah, this would have been some nice little monies there, Kristen. What time period am I looking at? The daily chart, the daily. Yeah, the daily time frame. Is it dead? It's looking a bit weaker than you want it to look, right? But it's still playing with the 200 EMA, so I don't think we can say that yet. Alrighty. So it's trying to find a bit of a base here. If that level doesn't hold, then you're looking for $1.25. Below $1.25, then it's dead. Yep, they slapped it. They said, that's enough. They said that's enough of this. Yeah, like I said, like nothing is just going today. Like nothing. Maybe Pom Pom's gonna be the only one to break out, but everything just seems to go to resistance and then slap, and then resistance and then slap. Yeah. Pom Pom is pushing though. Sheesh. It obviously hasn't closed, but and then bot is halted up again. I mean, yeah, see, like it's not really halted up in a good way though. Like that, see, we looked at this stock at 50 something dollars, and then we were like, don't really know too much about this IPO. Seems a bit expensive, right? Nothing too exciting here. And then all of a sudden it's at $28. Like, what the hell, right? What kind of rubbish is that? Anyways, this is why we like when you're not sure about an IPO, don't just stay away. Stay away or they cook you. Jasmine, okay. Okay, good. Good, good, good. And then look at that, right? So even Pom Pom is testing resistance, and then it's like, do I want to break? Do I want to go or do I want to drop? Should I stay or should I go? Do 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 do. Yeah, I have it up. I have it up on the other screen. Flying, kinda, kinda, right? Like this entire time, it's gone from $1 to $1.10. So it's not really flying, but yeah, it's doing okay. Yeah, 10%, not bad though, right? So sometimes the 10% doesn't seem like a whole lot because, but this market's gonna bore us today, and then at the end of the day, we're gonna be asking why we couldn't do this at the open, you know? Then Pom Pom is flying, flying, flying to the golden pocket. Sheesh. Damn, Kirsten. That would have been such a good entry if you took that. Have you been to the Star Street? Have you been to the education section in Discord? Have you been to the education section? Mm, not yet. You need to already. So a lot of these questions you're asking will be answered in the education section. Promise. So again, right? Trading is a journey of like at some point you wanna internal, like you just want to, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but you want to get to a point where like education is the focus, especially as you're starting, right? Education, so then you can transition to, hey, like, I know what I'm doing. I'm making this decision because of this and this and this. Ready? So keep asking questions, keep learning. But so my least favorite questions are like when someone says, hey, what do I buy now? Or do I like, yeah. But when you're new, I'm okay with that, right? But then we want to see those questions progress, like, hey, I see this stock consolidating at this price, I'm thinking of getting in now, what do you think? Right? So then we can go back and forth, right? Like you're learning and then I'm helping. Righty. PRSO is curling again. Curling. uh where should I buy now? Should I buy now? Yeah. Is 1 million shares okay? Yes. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. That works. Oh, virus. I swear if I catch someone that works at Netflix about it. Virus, you know what pisses you off the most? You know what pisses you off the most about a stock? Is when the markets are flying, right? The market, like every stock has every reason to go up because everything else is green, and then you have one stock that you're in and that's not going up. You want to beat someone up when everything's going down fine. This is not just Netflix's fault. When every Tesla is flying, NVDA is hitting all-time highs, and Netflix is like, nope, not today, guys, not today, not today. Uh, yep. Dad, you have calls too. Yep, yep. So annoying. Yeah, that one stock for me is SoFi. That's the only one. Yeah, everything else is behaving, except for SoFi. But yeah, AMD and Intel, but those stocks have been on fire though. Yeah. Yep. Dylan, okay, not bad. So small green day today, trying to get on so you can trade daily. Okay, sounds good, Dylan. Sounds good. Yeah. Small green days, you learn from that. The knowledge is more valuable than the gains, right? Especially initially, right? When you're learning, the knowledge is way more important than the gains. So focus on the gains. Focus on like the learning, not the gains. I saw something over the weekend that said, "Look at Pom Pom go. Damn, Pom Pom. slicing through the supply zone. Good job, Kristen. Yeah, I like that. Good. Right, missing it but really coming back in, and yeah. Um, I saw something. So someone did a like one of the colleges. I think so. It was Harvard or something like that. They did a college on people that trade, right? And they're like, okay, people that like so we're looking for like what makes people succeed a lot more, right? Like how come this group of people succeed and then this group doesn't succeed? And they found that people that came into the market without a care for the outcome succeeded right away. Like they were way more successful. People that were making money at their jobs, like a lot of money, and they're like, you know what, I'm just gonna do this trading thing for fun. This is just a side thing. I don't really care. I make a lot of money already anyways, right? It doesn't really affect me, right? So those people succeeded like right away, and they succeeded for a very long time. Why? Because the outcome wasn't really a thing, right? So when you're so focused on like I need to make money like right away, I need to win every trade, I need to win. Yeah, the stress, the emotions, all of that stuff like really affects you. And it's not really something that you can avoid. There are times in life where like you have to go through that, right, with your trading, but you want to try and eliminate that, right? So whether that means taking smaller positions initially as you're learning, um, you know just implementing little things to make sure that your main focus is not, oh, I need to make money, I need to make money. Because when that's your only focus, you're going to make decisions you shouldn't be making. Wait, virus, which one? Oh, I got rock pulled. Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It's like a momentum play virus. Yeah, yeah. Was it this one? It was $5. Damn. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. No, work keeps getting halted. But at least it was halted down, and then now it's halted up. Yeah. This stuff is just, yeah. Let's go, Sean. Yeah. I keep seeing headlines of like Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett is saying how the markets are not good. Blah 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 blah. Warren Buffett, just enjoy retirement. Forget about the markets. You're the greatest of all time. Just leave. Your time in the market is gone. Leave the markets alone. Warren Buffett has had $300 billion in cash sitting there for 2 years now. 2 years. You want to know how high the market's gone up in 2 years? Now, I bet you if the market just went back down to the same spot like it was, they'd be buying the dip skis. Just leave, Warren Buffett. Just leave. Just leave. Jay-Z is still playing with that 140 range. And then Pom Pom is finally backing off a bit. Your dog smashed your keyboard? Your dog? How did your dog smash the keyboard? How? Send your dog outside. Tell them it's time to mow the lawn. They need to buy you a new keyboard. Let me take a look. MEHA. Only as long as it stays above 16 cents. I'd let it close above that downtrend line, but I think at some point, which it might have happened already, so I would give it a second to see if you come back closer to 16, alrighty, or see if you can hold a little bit longer here above 1740, 1750, above the 200 EMA. Yeah, the doggy is saving Kirsten actually. Sell, 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 Kirsten. Offering is coming. Yeah, yeah. What are my thoughts on Dave Ramsey? Obviously, not the day trading part. Do you follow him? Um, I think Dave Ramsey is good for a lot of people. Yeah, I think Dave Ramsey is good for a lot of people. I've seen some of the videos, pray. Yeah, I think Dave Ramsey is good for a lot of people. You know, um, people that are very useless with money. I think Dave Ramsey is useless to me. Uh, yeah, I think Dave Ramsey is useless to me. But the people out there though that like don't know how to budget. Like nothing to do with the markets. Um, they spend money on like whatever they want, credit cards. Like they just spend all the money they don't have. Um, you know, buy expensive cars and like so I think for people like that I think he's very good for them. I don't think he's good for everybody though. So I saw a video. Speaking of Dave Ramsey, I saw a video. I wish I could pull up that video. I'm sure it's somewhere. So the video goes like, so this lady calls in, right? And the lady says, my boyfriend doesn't want to propose to me because he doesn't want to propose yet because he says he won't do that till I pay off my debt. But then she also goes on to say that my boyfriend, so we live together, and he pays all the bills, and he does like he pays all the bills, so then I can focus on my debt, right? And then Dave Ramsey goes, if you were my daughter, like I tell you to dump him, like you need to leave him. You're a princess, and blah blah. I'm like, dude, really, really? That's very suspicious, don't you think? That is very suspicious. Uh, yeah, and had to give up all financial. Really? Yeah, something, Kirsten. I wish I could find that video. It's somewhere. Yeah, he's like, oh, you're a princess. Blah blah blah. Like you should dump him. Like if you were my daughter. Yeah, I'm like, okay, like that's so one sided. Like you're like immediately like, anyways. Yeah, especially for a guy that says, you guys shouldn't be in debt and blah blah blah, right? Anyways. Yeah, but I think Dave Ramsey is good for a lot of people. Yeah, exactly. From a credit card, from the girlfriends and wives graphics, yeah. Yeah, Jasmine. Like if someone doesn't want to get married until like the other partner, like pays off the debt and is paying all the bills for right now so you can focus on your debt, like that seems like someone's helping you out. Like don't you think it's a good thing to anyways, crazy. Kirsten says don't get me started. Yeah, no, I think a lot of people are, they're not good with finances, right? um More often than exactly, Winterfell. Yeah, I think he's good for a lot of people, you know. Yeah, a lot of people follow him and they're like, hey, I'm not gonna go buy a car. I'm gonna get a used car and then, focus on paying off my student loans. I'm not gonna spend money I don't have. I'm gonna budget, like that's really good information, right? But once you're past a level like that, yeah, I think for a couple of years, the COVID mess, yeah, yeah. He's part of the scam, yeah. Yes, yes. Anyways, see, we get carried away when the markets are slow like this. We start talking about other things, which is fine, which is okay. Maybe we can pick up after lunchtime here. Yeah, exactly, Winterfell. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. Right? Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Uh, never mind, Kristen. What came next, Winterfell? You know what came next? You paid off the debt. Yeah, Spy is chilling above 740. Dan. Yeah, I think you might as well go enjoy the beach. You have so much time, Dan, and the crash will come at some point on Spy. Right? The crash will eventually come. Right? So yeah, enjoy the beach. Much love, Dan. Yeah, that news came out this morning. Nurse, for some reason, it really hasn't done anything. I think they're waiting for the price of oil to explode again or something bad to happen, and then names like Turbo will move up again. Yeah. It looks like Pom Pom is creeping back up again here. Why are people bullish on Lucid? Maybe because it's cheap. Lucid does have nice. Is it Lucid? Yeah, I think it's Lucid. Yeah, I think they have nice looking cars. Um, the stock is trash though. Yeah, the stock is garbage. Oh god, Did you ever end up playing with WOK? Did Spy just make brand new all-time highs again? Of course it did. Then just run to the beach, please. Run to the beach because the markets are. Yeah, I think honestly after lunchtime, I think we might, the markets might look a little bit better. But today's been okay. Please stop saying that. Okay, I will stop. I will stop. Uh-oh. Yeah, there goes new highs again. Okay, I'm done with SPY. Does it actually take 6 to 8 weeks to get funded with a real account on PropTrader? So with the future side, no, you have those actually, which we can do some more giveaways. Not today. Maybe we'll do a giveaway at some point this week. Um, 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 yeah. So yeah, we'll do another giveaway. Yeah. So for the stock side, yeah, it takes longer because you have to hit those benchmarks. Alrighty. Yeah. So I think that's why they have a big incentive like that. Yeah, yeah. The future side doesn't have that, but I think that's because they can do that on the future side. Yeah, they need to. Hmm, Anthropic, interesting. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I almost died when you open. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Uh Circle 128. I like it. I like it. You're staring at it. PMAX with a lot of hype too. Yeah, it's yeah, Kristen, honestly at this point you're better off letting it reclaim the 200 EMA. You're better off letting it reclaim that level. And then work is above $1 now. Yeah. Such a slow start to the week, guys. Right? I think we had some good scalps on JZXN, right? This was good. So I don't mind this one being number two, right? This was good. From the morning time, like the first time I posted this one was when it dipped to that 200 EMA and it was curling, right? So like from this 110 area, right, all the way up there to 170, that was a pretty nice play. And then it came back down again and it found a base, and then all the way back up to 190 almost, right? So like JZXN, some nice scalps on this one. Yeah, and now it's just doing nothing. So maybe it's gonna pick up again later today. Who knows? Yeah, PMAX is halted up. Yeah, yeah, that thing looked like it was gaining some a lot of hype there. Yeah, it's still red on the day, but at least it's coming back from the abyss. So nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Yeah. See what happens when it on halts, because that volume still needs to come in. You took the 240. That 240 was nice, nurse. Stocks that I tried trading last Friday and again, and still similar issues. I've mailed them. Solutions seem delayed. Mike, send me some screenshots. Like our email. Like post them in the in that channel, and then maybe Rob and I can email them. Yeah, because that's kind of getting getting a little bit annoying now. Yeah, the future side fine, but it's getting annoying. Let's go, Jasmine. The comeback. You can tell like some of these stocks are setting up for like an afternoon run here, so hopefully they can actually do something. Okay. La la la, 5 minutes. Yeah, let's do like another 5-10 minutes or so, guys, and then yeah, 10 minutes, and then we can hop off and go back to Discord deal, and then hopefully the markets can pick up after lunchtime. So we can get some nice runners to end the day. We need to end this trend of like being slow in the morning and then cooking in the afternoon. This needs to stop. Pre-market's good, market open slow, afternoon good. We need to stop it. And then Pom Pom is holding 1650 still. It's like a little double bottom there. Pom Pom. That's why what is needed later we buy our shares in yeah, I know, right, Mike? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know they sent me an email saying TradingView was like fixing last bugs on TradingView, so maybe that's why they're not responding or fixing those issues because they're working on that TradingView stuff. So here comes another penny stock going for 20 cents again. Pom Pom. Oof! Damn, Pom Pom. Pom Pom says, "Give me a P, give me an O." Umski is 21 cents. Nice official. Good job. Good job. Yeah, I know this was a good. This was a good. Like Kristen, that was a good. I think you should be very proud of yourself for seeing things like that, right? Like you were right there, Kristen, right, looking at it right there, and at 11 cents, and it's doubled from that price almost, right? So I think you should be very proud of that, and you've come such a long way, right? The money doesn't always reflect, the money doesn't always, especially when you're learning and you're taking smaller positions, blah blah blah, like the knowledge, like the money, you don't always see the money, and you get defeated sometimes. That goes for everybody, but like the knowledge comes slowly, 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 and then very nice, right? So you want to be looking at stuff like that, and be like, I'm very proud of myself, you know yeah. Hesitation. Yeah. Damn, Pom Pom is flying. Yeah. So I think you need to stick with those smaller positions and follow your conviction a little bit more. So when you're wrong, it's like meh, didn't take that big of a loss, but I tested this theory out, right? That's what you want to start doing next. So don't be scared. Just work on strategy. Forget about the money. Work on strategy. Yeah, that was an aggressive breakout. Aggressive. Maybe it's penny stock Monday. Penny stock Monday. Yeah, exactly, Ajoya. 17 to 21. Look at that. Criminal. I like it. Good job. Good job. I know, right, Raven? Look at you. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Sometimes people don't really see the progress they're making because they're like, oh, but I only made $2. You have no idea. PRSO still holding up? Yeah, this one's still holding up really well. And then PMAX got rejected there. Rejected. Thursday, Thursday, Thursday. Okay. Yeah, this one just became a disaster stock, didn't it? Right? Yeah, that run in the morning was excellent though. Like it just went from $4 all the way up. Like it just kept going and going. And then after that, it just said, meh, get out of here. Let's get out of here. Yep. Exactly, Raven. Now PMAX is halted down. This is why again, like when these stocks are flying like this on low volume, I'm always very skeptical, especially when I know someone on Twitter is pumping them. Uh, very suspicious. TJ, what's your question for V? What's your question? Yeah, Pom Pom's looking for new highs again here. Yeah, TJ, let me know what your question is. MEHA. MEHA is dead. I mean, it's still above that golden pocket, so that's like your last line of defense there. So 1360 is your last line in the sand. 13, yeah. So anywhere close to that. If it goes below that, then it's definitely dead. The volume got stolen by Pom Pom, the next shiny penny stock, and 24 cents. Pom Poms. Sheesh. It's a nice little wick. Again, these are pump and dumps. Just in case you didn't know, right? These penny stocks are all pump and dumps. So you make money, you run away. Make money and run away. So don't sit there and say, but what if it goes to $1? What if it doesn't? What if it does not? And then the other stock that I like is PRSO, right? Super slow, but doing the right things. So a nice little dip and almost back to the highs of the day here. Is anybody still holding PRSO? I think Cho is still holding this one. When I pulled this one up in the morning, it looked like more of a swing play, right? But the fact that it's up 50% now going into earnings, if they actually have earnings today, sometimes TradingView doesn't get these penny stocks right. You want to be very careful holding overnight, right? Because you don't know. Yeah, nice. And then again, $1.50 is your next resistance, yeah. And any last questions, guys, before we hop off in a few minutes? Let me know if you do. Any last questions? Should I buy here? uh, should I buy now? Wait for the dips, JR. Wait for the dips. Wait for the dips. Again, don't forget to smash a like, guys, before we hop off if you haven't already. Yeah, we'll stay for a few more minutes. So if you do have any last questions, ask. Again, smash a like, hit that subscribe if you're new. And if you do want to join us in Discord, click this link at the bottom of the chat there from Nightbot and sign up for a level that doesn't say sold out. Alrighty. Go says, can you take a look at BTOC off the bottom enough? Let's take a look. BTOC. Yeah, this 1 minute time frame doesn't really do us any justice, does it? This one is it's one of those things where like it's consolidated enough, definitely, right? Like Ghost, not bad at all. So it's not really a Bitcoin name, and it's a China stock. So actually, it says California, even though. Anyways, um, so it's definitely consolidated long enough where like if you want to take that gamble with a really tight stop loss, that's not a bad thing. Sometimes though, when a stock is consolidating like this, yeah, it looks good. Like it doesn't look bad. The best thing to do with stuff like this sometimes though, Ghost, is to look at this and say, hey, like, okay, if I'm really gonna play this stock, I might be sitting here, like it's already been here for 2 months, right? Like who says, who's to say that it's not gonna stay here for a little bit? It looks like it's slowly creeping up though, like it's slowly creeping up. The best thing to do in this case though is simply let it break out, right? If you notice that like it's bouncing off this level, but it's also failing at like this level right here, right? Look at all those candles every day almost, like up, down, up, down, up, down, right? Sometimes the best thing to do is let it break out of there, right? If it breaks out of there, then you know it's ready to go. Alrighty, so but you could also just scale in. You could say, you know what, I'm gonna start with a small position and then see if we get lower or if we break out, then I can add. So you can either wait for the breakout, you can scale in. Desmond, enjoy the rest of your day as well. Caitlin, say hi to Haley. Bye. And then I think there's another question here. No, I know you're kidding, JR. GLE, what's your position in that one? Yeah, because I know we had some fun with that one like last Thursday. What's your position in this thing? It looks like it's curling. It doesn't have a lot of volume on these candles, but it's curling up the bottom here, which is nice to see. Um, yeah, it's curling up the bottom of the golden pocket at 50 cents. So um, just if you play with this, try and stay above 50 cents. Bye, Tim. See you in Discord. See you in Discord. Yeah, so there goes Meha, right? So like I said, I don't think this one's dead yet unless it breaks below that golden pocket there. So definitely something to keep an eye on. And then PRSO. I like it. I like it, PRSO. Just give us a breakout. I think Pom Pom stalling because it's right below 25 cents. CLIK, that's like your favorite stock today, Jasmine. Let's go, Jay. Welcome back. And then bot is halted up. I know. I could tell you were waiting for that. Yeah. Have a great day as well, Raven. See you in Discord. Alrighty, all. I think we'll leave it here for the day. The S&P is hitting brand new highs of the day, so we'll leave you with that. Well, Dan's at the beach, stressing his account. Be safe. You believe in CLIK? As long as you believe in it with a plan, alrighty? Otherwise, I know where you live, Jasmine. Yeah. Again, have a wonderful rest of the day, everybody. Bye for now. Be safe. See you guys in Discord. Alrighty? Yeah. See you tomorrow. See you in Discord. Okay. Hopefully we get some fireworks at the end of the day. Okay, bye guys. Bye bye.